G'day YouTube, Max right here, and after that last yucky video where we talked about some really nasty stuff, I wanted to do an uplifting one, a positive one, and a really nice post, post was just made on the Donald, and I love these posts. There's so many of them on there, and on the Reddit, on the subreddit before them. There's just so many people who, as they take their red pill, they go and post on red pill on the Donald their story. And they're really, really sweet, and they almost always make me just super happy and just feel good. So I thought I'm going to share one with you here. So this one was posted by someone who says, when your eyes are finally open. There's a few cool things to talk about in here. As someone who had severe Trump derangement syndrome until June of this year, watching these smear campaigns come out non-stop is insane. I used to fall for them. I believed them. I have posted about how hard it is to pull yourself out of that TDS, because you have to admit that you are easily manipulated and you were wrong. I think Mark Twain said, it's easier to fool someone than convince someone they've been fooled. And that is one of the reasons. We'll talk more about that in just a second. I can finally see how they do it. On the outside looking in now, I compare it to being the sober person in a room with a bunch of drunk people you used to drink with. I'm sure a lot of you know that feeling. They look and act ridiculous, and it's embarrassing. You want to help them, but they won't listen. It is slow and methodical brainwashing. They don't realize they have been initiated into a cult of lies and propaganda. Again, it is hard to walk away from that. I've heard it being compared to having to knock down your internal belief system and completely rebuild it. That's how it felt from me. Anyway, my point is, women for Trump and F your feelings. And then just go and edit. This is a really common thing. So when they post it, when you post this on the Donald, what happens is people often ask you a question. Well, tell me your experience, because almost everyone on there went through the exact same thing. We all went through the same public schools. We all got the same, went to the same liberal colleges, and everyone was young once, and we were easily manipulated. And when you come out of it, you have a real bond with the people who have gone through the same journey. And so you get a whole bunch of questions. Well, what was it for you? And a whole bunch of questions. Really often, it didn't happen this time, but really often somewhere in the post it'll say that they were black, or they were gay, or they're a woman, or they're someone, and then they'll usually have a first edit, and it's usually something like, wow, I'd been deprogrammed to the point where I thought that I wanted Trump to be my president, but I still thought half of his supporters were racist and stuff like that. I just can't believe the outpouring of love and appreciation you guys have just shown me. And it's just beautiful. It's just really beautiful when the lies and the curtains and the things dividing us fall down, and people just say, oh, wow, we're actually all one. We can all enjoy this together. And it's just a really beautiful thing. But I'm going to go and read some of their points. So we were asked some questions for those of you who asked, what is it that finally opened my eyes? Number one is the bleach day. I don't know what the bleach day is. I thought I knew most stuff about this kind of thing, but I do not know what the bleach day is. The bleach day was the first day I felt a little stirring in my brain and heart. I knew what he said. I was watching it. I saw how the media and the Dems went after him. I used to refuse to watch him because, well, Orange Man bad. So I started looking into other things I had believed he had done or said that made me so mad. Imagine my surprise when I found out I had been lied to over and over again, and the MSM is complete BS. Number two, I live in Florida and listen to Ron DeSantis talk about COVID almost every day. I hated that dude too. He had his baby building a wall in his campaign commercials. I thought he was a racist piece of S. The more I listened to him, the more I liked what he had to say. He would also clarify a lot of things the media was saying Trump had said. I would look them up, and sure enough, he was right. Number three, the riots and looting. Obvious pandering. The McCloskeys, I could go on and on. The day that I finally swallowed a whole damn Costco-sized bottle of red pills was the day I saw 200 peaceful protesters storm a Walmart and completely decimate it. Number four, there's a really good part here. The most important part of all of this is that you cannot do it without acknowledging you were wrong. When I was listening to DeSantis, I started really researching his background, and I was so embarrassed that I ever thought I knew more about anything than this guy. His career has been amazing, and I should be thankful he is representing me. Once I realized that, I really dug deep into my own feelings and biases. You know what I found? Enough guilt that it actually made me cry. I'm going to talk a lot about this in just a moment. I felt so guilty about the bad vibes and energy I had sent out into the world toward these people. I almost went through a short little depression. I felt like I had to apologize. I actually sent DeSantis' office an email thanking him for how he has led Florida through all of this chaos. When I first got red-pilled, I wasn't really pro-Trump. It was anti-BS. The more doses I take, the more I feel proud of the guy. He has worked his ass off for this country and he deserves our respect. I have also really come to appreciate how he's the biggest troll to ever troll because I know everything he does is for a specific purpose. I hope that helps and maybe you can share this with other people who are on the verge. Let's talk about that feeling because my empathy goes out to these people. I talked about this in a video a long time ago on Trump derangement syndrome. Your subconscious, it's a very, sorry, I'm looking at me instead of the camera. But your subconscious is a very, very powerful animal. It has its primary purpose is to keep you alive. You're standing on a cliff, a snake comes out, adrenaline will release, and it will help you save your life. Fear and other types of things, your heartbeat, your lungs, everything does it automatically. It's your subconscious keeping you alive, job one. Job two for your subconscious is to make the outside world be congruent with your internal representation. If you believe that someone is, or some group of people are full of hate, you will contort the truth, you will twist the truth, your subconscious filters it, finds what it needs to reinforce the idea and make it happen. That's why, even after presented with facts, people can still say just ridiculous things about Trump. But there's another catch here. It gets magnified by about 1,000 once you have committed even a small act of evil. Here's what I mean. Another part of your subconscious is the subconscious cannot believe that it is a bad person. If I remember there was Al Capone was a famous quote from him. He's like, "What's going on? I'm just a businessman. I don't even get why people are trying to get me." And Hitler, one of the most evil person to ever grace the globe, and he thought he was a good person, making the German Reich 1,000-year Reich and leading the German people to blah 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 blah, all the good things about them. So your subconscious will desperately try and believe that you are a good person and will resist any information that says you are not. So if you have committed even a small act of evil, you've unfriended someone who was really, really kind to you because they were a Trump voter, you stole a yard sign, you gave someone a dirty look, no matter how subtle it is, every little act of you just being a shit person that the mainstream media can trick you and convince you into taking, that scowl on your face at the person with the MAGA hat, you name it, every time they get you to do it, that reinforces your belief system. And you can hang your hat on the fact that, well, they're terrible, evil people, and I'm doing a good thing by letting them know I'm disgusted by them, or I won't be friends with them, or all of those things. You can hang your hat on the fact that you're really just being a bad, shitty person was acceptable because you were doing the greater good and letting this Trump supporter know that he was not appreciated. When you start getting presented with facts that, oh wait, Trump's not what I thought he was, and I was lied to my whole life, and all the things that this person just said in this post, not only do you have to accept that you were wrong, you have to accept that you were evil. You were a bad character. Your subconscious, the resistance your subconscious will put up to that is mind-blowing. The more acts of evil you have done, the harder it is to take the red pill. It is damn near impossible once you have done all of those little acts of evil. So when the mainstream media works you up into this state that the country's ending, there's the worst guy ever, he's racist, and all Trump supporters are racist, and you've got to do something. And as Pelosi says, you've got to go out in the street and get up in their face and let them know you're not happy. When they convince you to take those little tiny steps of evil, no matter how much information is presented to you that your premise that you acted upon with that base of evil was wrong, then you're going to resist that information. You can't accept it. It's very, very hard for people to accept that. And the emotion in the center that I felt when I read this sentence, I started really researching his background, and I was so embarrassed that I ever thought oh no, that was the wrong part. What I found was, once I realized that, I really dug deep into my own feelings and biases. You know what I found? Enough guilt that it actually made me cry. God, I feel this guy's pain. I think it's a girl, sorry. I feel this woman's pain. I felt like I had to apologize. You probably did. I actually sent DeSantis' office an email thanking him, etc. It's just so, the cleansing of the soul, though, of the apology, and the shock that people receive when, like, this person, by their own admission, has just been hating on Trump supporters for the last 4 years. And they get on the Donald, and with that apology, with that, hey guys, I was wrong, they're instantly forgiven, hearts are opened, virtual embraces are had, and this family and this connection and this love, this thing that people can unify around, this, oh yeah, we're all Americans, let's just do what's good for us, let's stop trying to tell each other how to live, let's stop shaming people, let's doing all, we can all get support, we can all get behind these things, we can unify around this. But the resistance to people accepting this message, because the moment you accept that the premise was wrong, now all of the evil things that you did but you justified on the back of this false premise, the excuse is gone and just the evil is left. And you are overcome. The moment you take that red pill, you are overcome with a feeling of guilt and a need to apologize and cleanse your soul for all the evil acts you did. So I just have extreme sympathy and empathy for all these college kids going through campuses, just getting their minds destroyed. And so I want to put this out, guys. I know that it's very, very hard to have that empathy for people as you're watching them burn down buildings and you're watching them scream at you and steal your MAGA hat and kick your yard sign down and all these acts of evil that they do collectively, just by the thousands every single day. Have that empathy for them, and if you're one of those people, understand. Just go and look on the Donald.win. Just go and look there. You don't have to participate. No one will know you went, and just go and read what happens when people come out and say, "Wow, I was wrong, and I was doing some bad stuff on the premise of that false belief, and I need to apologize. Can I come here and be happy?" Celebrate our collective victories as a country, as a people? Can I be part of the party? Can I put a smile on my face instead of walking around perpetually angry and vicious? I made a video just the other day about Beau of the Fifth Column. He's a social justice warrior, I believe. But anyway, I think he's a liberal. I don't know what he is, but anyway, definitely a Trump hater for sure. And you can just watch 15 seconds of his video, and you can physically see he is exhausted at hating everything, at being angry at everything. He's exhausted. His voice is labored. He makes a sentence and he gathers his strength and he comes back to spew more hate. It's mind-blowing. Guys, you don't need this crap on your soul. Just come and be happy. Come and join the party. Life is great. Celebrate the good things and continue to do more good. Guys, love you. Hope you enjoy that. Like, subscribe, share, do all the wonderful things I need you to do to grow this channel. I really appreciate it. And guys, take care.